It's Liz from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you for joining me again today on a freezing cold day. I'm just saying, I am so cold. But hey, I'm with you, so that's all right. Let me know when you join, where you're joining from, what the weather's like, all that good stuff. I'm just finishing off getting the bits out of some die cuts, and we can do that while everyone is joining. So, I have got the heater on my legs. I will be doing Tom Brown's school days soon. I've had the heater on in here for quite a while, and it's currently 11.5 degrees. Just saying, things I do for YouTube. Anyway, it's been foggy all day. It's still quite misty, although it's lifting a little. But it's not a great day. I have managed to get various bits done that I needed to done. That's not English. But various things I needed to do. Hello, Beverly. So today is such a busy day in Stamping Up World. And I ought to say, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Liz Yuille, and I am an independent Stamping Up demonstrator based in the UK, working across the UK, France, Germany, Austria, the Netherlands, Belgium, and the Republic of Ireland, because we've just had Belgium and the Republic of Ireland join us, which is wonderful. What else do I need to say about that? Oh yes, it's what I do all day. It's my job. So if you are in any of those countries and would like to support my job, I would be thrilled if you did so. If you are watching live, please do leave chat. Hello, Carol from Washington State. Is it? I'm guessing it must be quite chilly with you by now. Anyway, so yes, if you're joining live, do join the chat. You do have to log into your Google account to do that. If you're watching on replay, you can leave a comment below the description bar, and I always reply to comments, even if it takes me a little while to do so. Hello, Sherry, from an almost snowy morning. Ooh, in Oregon. How is it almost snowy? I don't think I understand that. I don't know how it can be almost snowy. I'm sure it can. It's just not a concept I got my head round, really. I've done some die cutting. We're using the Decorated with Happiness stamp set. I haven't used it yet, and it's already on the retirement list. Oh yes, I was going to say, so in Stamping Up World, it's already going mad. Morning, Lorna. So today we've got pre-order for the mini catalogue that starts on the 5th of January for demonstrators. And that means you can also pre-earn celebration items, which is fandabby-dozy. And yes, I did put an order in. Only a little one. Actually, it was only a littleish order. Hello, Inika, you made it! It's raining but almost snow. Oh, okay, so it's kind of sleety. That's probably what we get as snow most of the time, to be honest. Because we don't tend to do snow particularly well in the UK. Maybe in Scotland. And actually, Scotland, they think there may be an effect similar to, but not the same as, lake snow in the coming few days, because it's been so warm in the UK for October and November and the very beginning of, no, today is the very beginning of December, for October and November. But there's now cold air coming down from Scandinavia, and that's going to be hitting warm lakes, well, sea, so we could end up with something similar to lake snow in Scotland. I'm not in Scotland, so that's okay. Although I do like snow, and I don't have to go anywhere, so I'm, selfish. I like snow. So we've got pre-order, pre-earn for celebration. We've got the last chance list for the current July to December mini catalogue. Things are already selling out in the UK. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But yeah. So wherever you are in the world, and I know that Europe had a very long list of discontinued items and reduced prices, but that's mostly because people haven't been buying what was expected, so now they're reduced. So yes, even with that in mind, don't hang about if you want anything, because when it's gone, it's gone. We've also got almost everything in stock for the new Mini. There's a few things that are due next week, and a couple of things that I think are going to be a bit later than that. But we had a long list of things that weren't going to make it, and it's actually quite short, as it happens. Sleet, snowish conditions expected with you as well, Inika. Okay. The title shows Mistletoe Magic. Okay. I changed it. Let me see if I can edit that. Not according to mine, it doesn't. According to mine, it says decorate with happiness. How bizarre. So has anyone else got Mistletoe Magic showing? Hi, Barbara. Because I've got it changed to not. Let's have a look. Oh, yes. It does on the... What happens when you actually watch? How bizarre. So has anyone else got... Let's see what happens if I... That's very odd. That's very, very odd. So Barbara has the same... Okay. Well, I did change it, but obviously for some reason it's not changed. I wonder what happens if I go in now. Because it definitely says on mine, on my software. How odd. Okay, well, I will... Okay. We will just have to go with it, and I'll check it after the live has finished. But I did change it. Don't know. So the Lights Aglow sold out while you were ordering at 5 a.m. Yep, there's all sorts of things that have gone in. It's just... Oh, and the little flat bell embellishments. Okay, which I haven't used yet, I think. But they'll be going on my Christmas cards because they're flat. Anywho, so, as I say, order quickly because things will go out. Right. Sorry, I was just reading things that were to do with what people are sending each other as opposed to anything else. Right, so, happily, the Decorate with Happiness, which is what I am using, has not yet sold out in Europe, so that's good. First thing I'm going to do is a slimline card, because we have slimline envelopes. So I'm going to flip the camera down and we'll have a look. I've actually changed my setup again. I got a new bit for my Archon, and I've now, instead of having my webcam stuck up with elastic bands, it's now stuck up with commando strip. It's amazing. Yeah, I'm going to just stop worrying about whether it says mistletoes or whatever now, because there's nothing I can do. Mine says very firmly that it's Decorate with Happiness. So that's what we're doing. It's a European list, Barbara. So, yes, it's the same. Right, so to make a slimline card, you need to cut your card at 8.5. Which, if you're in North America, woohoo! If you're in Europe or the South Pacific, we're going to be using a lot of card, because our card is 8.25 ish wide, not 8.5. So we want it cut 8.5 by 7.5 and scored at 3 3/4. It's almost like I know. Scored. I was about to say it's almost like I know what I'm doing, and then what did I do? I cut my card. So we'll try that again, shall we? 8.5 by 7.5. Couldn't make it up. Couldn't make it up. They're not quite the same. Some German stamp sets and no, but the list is the same. It's just some. If you're looking for a stamp set that has English sentiments, it's on the same list as the stamps as the. It's the same list. But you're right, Inika, that some of the languages, I don't know why I'm putting that away, some of the languages are discounted where others aren't. Right, so this I'm cutting at Balmy Blue at 3.5, no, 3.5 by, what was it, 8.5, 7 and 8.25. So I'm basically taking half an inch off, quarter of an inch off even. I'm getting all thrown by stuff. Excuse me while I get some ordinary basic white. Because I need this for my next layer, which is going to be 3 1/4. 3 1/8, 3 3/8. No, I'll go 3 1/4. Used to be indecisive and all that. So 3 1/4 by 8. I'm going to turn that over because this end's a bit curly. So this is a quarter of an inch smaller than the Balmy Blue layer. I hope we're all keeping up because I'm not. So we have a slimline card. Yep, suddenly didn't look right. We have layers for our slimline card. And now we just need to make our slimline card. I'm beginning to get warm. I'm going to turn the fire off because I am doing Tom Brown's School Days. I need Balmy Blue because this is Balmy Blue for my layer. And I'm going to use some of these. Let me get the thing. So I'm going to use some of these funny shapes because I'm going to use them as a background, and then I'm going to be putting some glimmer paper over the top. And I accept that some of the glimmer paper has already gone, but you may have it in your stash. So I want a sort of roundish splodge, a sort of bell-shaped splodge, and what's the other shape? Oh, another roundish splodge. That'll do. So, and some blocks. Oop, knock my light. So I'm going to remove those bits for the moment, and I'm going to try and find the middle, which is going to be roughly there. I'm not going to fixate on it. And actually, no, I'm going to start with the sort of bell-shaped one. Not quite sure which the sort of bell-shaped one is. That one probably. It'll do. So I'm going to have a sort of bell shape there. A sort of, my ink pad, by the way, is very, very wet. Just saying. I'm going to have a sort of round there. Does anybody know why there are so few, if any, sentiments saying Happy New Year? Because I think and our American friends will be able to say whether I'm completely wrong with this or not. I think it's more of a European thing. I think there is one New Year sentiment. Don't ask me which one because I can't remember. But I think it's more of a European thing. Do you, Guy, in England have Advent wreaths with 4 candles? We have Advent wreaths with, well, in church, 5 candles. Because we have one for each week of Advent and one for Christmas Day. So we have one at each corner. Thank you, Lorna. Yep. Oh, wrong way. It's that way. But yes, we do. One at each corner and then one in the middle for Christmas morning. So we have Advent wreaths on our doors that don't have candles. Right, so I've done my splodges and I have got, and I didn't put adhesive on the back, aren't I the silly one? It's fine. So I've got, I know that's not really bell-like, but it'll do. So I've got my 3 bits of decorative and my old tweezers. I call them, oh, these are my non-nice ceramic ones. They're just ordinary. And so yes, I must make my door wreath, and door wreaths are pretty much, you do whatever you want. I must also put up my candles that go in the window, except they're not candles, they're lights pretending to be candles. So I'm just running glue across various bits and then hold that down with a block. Anyone starting to open advent calendars today? Oh, good question. I do one for my husband every year. It's the, do you remember we had an advent calendar kit that was little drawers? Oh, it must be 2 or 3 years ago now. It's that, which I then covered the back drawers with one of the pattern papers we had last year, which had a Christmas scene on it. And as he has the contents of each of the drawers, he turns it round so that eventually he has a scene. Does he give me one? No. Oh, actually, that's not... No, he doesn't. I have a coffee one. I get my coffee through the post. And every year they do an advent calendar, and every year I buy it. And did I remember that today was the 1st of December this morning? No. So I'm already behind. Today's a bit of an odd day for me because it would have been my father's birthday. And as we lost him less than 2 years ago, it's still a bit raw. It's fine, you know, it's just my brain is not on Advent yet. You have Advent wreath in homes, and in the church, Mennonite, just 4 candles and a separate one for Christmas. So that's the same as we have in our church. And I can only speak for my church that we have. Don't think that bell's very straight, but never mind. Yeah, our church has the 5. We have them at home, but with only 4 candles. And as an American, I've always said Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Absolutely. Right, so you've always had it. I don't know then why we don't have Happy New Year. Hello, Kay. So, yeah, I don't know. Because in France, New Year is almost more important than Christmas. So, yeah. Weird, huh? So that is, it's very simple. Very simple little card. I wonder, I think it might not. No, that is too turquoise. I was thinking we could put some trim on. We could use some white on white on white. No. No. No, not. What I will do is put a little something in there, because I have still got some elegant gems. No, they're not elegant, they're festive. And I've got some silver. I don't know whether these have sold out yet or not, but I'm going to put a silver bauble in the middle of each of those baubles, just to fill the space. And have we got a nice small... No. Oh. Don't open a stamp set when the stamps are already open. Well, there's a thing. So, just saying, decorate with happiness, Christmas greetings, boughs of joy. Or, de fête branchée, joyeux Noël. I'm going French, because my stamp set is French. Never mind. It's fine. Should have checked it. We get Halloween and fall stamps in the catalogue. Why not New Year? Absolutely. According to my grandchildren, Christmas is more important by far. Okay, interesting. That could be why, Annika. So yes, I'm going to go terribly French and have Joyeux Noël, because I didn't check my stamp set when it arrived 3 months ago. Never mind. Please all learn the lesson from my mistake. Just check your stamp sets are the right ones for the box. It's fine. It's not a problem. Joyeux Noël is just as good, if not better. Right, so first card is nearly done, because all we're going to do is pop this on there and stick it on our card. I want this, but I was thinking I could put some of it up on dimensionals, but that would make it an expensive card to post. So because I've got festive pearls on, that's going to make it a large letter card. I'm trying to do some conveyor belt crafting this evening for for our Christmas cards, because I need about 150, and I think so far I might have maybe 25. So I have a few to go. You've got the English one. Well, if you want the French, I can post you, because we only need to post the three sentiments, because everything else is the same. But I will drop you an email. Good question, Inika. Yes, Shaz, how are you? Are you feeling reasonably okay? And how are the family? Because it's been an interesting time for you. I'm only turning it over because there's slightly longer at the front of this, or on this side of the card, than there is on the other, and I do like the longer piece, and I'm talking less than 1 millimetre. So that is our first card. It's very simple, as in not busy, it's very plain, I think is the word I'm looking for. So that's the first one. Okay, so I have also... Ooh, yes, we're going to do boughs next. So I've got this and this to do something a bit fancy. So let's pop the balmy blue away and get out the evening evergreen. Don't need those, I don't think. These away. Excellent, Shaz. I'm glad your daughter is improving and that you're doing okay. Apart from anything else, your daughter improving will mean that you will feel more secure. Right, so we need that and that and that. I might be having interesting block, but it's fine. We're there. Right, okay, so this is going to be what I would call a standard size card. The font on the French greeting is lovely. It is, to be fair, the same as the font on the English greeting. Would that be considered simple stamping? No, because it's got die cuts. So, no. I will do a simple stamping card before we finish, because this is a really, really good set for simple stamping. So I've got my I block. I'm hoping that will fit on a D. Yes, it will. That will definitely fit on a B, and that will fit on a B. Right, okay, so let's grab a card front. So I'm going to be working on this. I may cut it down a bit. Yeah, so I'm going to cut it down a wee bit because this would be my normal top layer. First layer. So I'm going to cut it down to 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. I'm going to need some scrap to stamp off on and pull my sleeves up. I've got my Stamping Up hoodie on today because it's lovely and warm, unlike the weather, which is not. Now, I'm just going to stamp that off purely because I didn't prep my stamp. It's almost like you're making it up today, Liz. That's better. Right, so this is going to go there. Now, if you have problems with getting a good impression with photopolymer, do remember that a piercing mat will be your friend. So we've got that, we've also got that. I'll prep this one. And this is the one I used for the bell, but it's actually meant for this. So that's been stamped off. I'm going to do the same with this, except I'm going to do that first because again I'm not concentrating and I've not stamped off. Not prepped my stamp, I meant. There we go. So we've got a nice bit of background built up. I will use that for... I think we may go Joyeux Noël again, purely because it's out. So we'll have him down at the bottom here. Almost straight. Right, don't need that anymore, for the moment at least. Right, so this would be simple stamping, in answer to your question, Barbara, because it's just stamp ink paper. I'm about to make it not simple by adding a die cut, if I can find my glue. Now I'm not fussed if this isn't totally flat to the paper, so I'm not going to put glue absolutely everywhere. I'm just going to kind of spot glue it. This little chappy goes in here. So really all I'm doing is adding glitter to the stamped images. Now that I do want reasonably stuck down. Thank you, Lorna, for liking and sharing. Oh, Shaz, that's so sweet. Of course we care. The joy of Stampin' Up, one of the many joys of Stampin' Up, is that you can make friends across the miles, even if you don't actually see the people. I mean, we're on video. Right, early espresso paper. Oh, have I got a piece? No. I have a piece here. This is actually a card base, but never mind. It will become a mat. So, going to cut this to 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. Surprise, surprise, my normal sizings. Lorna, you're so right, it is a happy place. Stamping Up is for happiness. At least I hope it's a happy place. I hope my team are happy, because I like my team a lot. Right, I am going to use some ribbon. Don't want that ribbon, I want this ribbon. Whoop! Definitely don't want that ribbon. So this is the Evening Evergreen window check ribbon. So I'm going to kind of keeping everything reasonably light. Oh, equally, Inika, that is a really nice thing to say. But yes, absolutely right. Of course we care. Right, so I want this kind of there-ish. And I've even put a new piece of grid paper down because we've got the start of a new month. That's not why. Even I realised that the old piece was very dirty. My husband, bless him, washed our car yesterday. Well, I say our car. It's nominally my car. But it's our car, and he washed it yesterday, and he said, I don't know how you can leave it to get so dirty. It's because I don't think it's dirty. My level of dirt is significantly higher than his. I can put up with a lot more dirt than he can. So 14.9. 5.5 if you are the other side of the pond. So 2 half sheets become 2 cards. Of course our team's happy, it's the best team. Oh, Lorna! Thank you. I think it's the best team. Oh, Inika, you are so sweet. We love having you. Thank you, Barbara. Oh, we are very, very lucky. We're a funny old bunch, and I mean that in the nicest way. We're all very different, and we just have fun, because that's really what it should be all about. I make lots of mistakes, like getting my days and my dates muddled up, but happily my team has my back. And when I say that we're meeting on such and such a date and it's a Wednesday and it's not, it's a Tuesday, they let me know that I've got it wrong again, which is absolutely perfect. And I have to say my team newsletters generally end with, if I've got something wrong or I've forgotten something, I'm only human, let me know, because I am only human. Right, don't know why I put quite so many bits of dimensional on, but never mind. So the Evening Evergreen Open Weave ribbon, which would have been the other ribbon I would have chosen to use on this card, is currently out of stock, I believe, in Europe, or low inventory anyway. So do keep an eye on that if you want some. But that's why I've used the window pane ribbon, because I do like to use things that are available. Right, so we want a bit of bling. So these are the In Colour opal rounds. Oh, bless you, Inika. I really missed my happy place. I'm still healing from the surgeries you've had. Oh, no, Kay. I'm not surprised you scared your hubby. I'm glad you're okay, but oh, no. No hard feelings, Liz. I don't quite understand why you're saying no hard feelings. Oh, you mean because you had to go off for 3 months? Yeah. It's just, them's the rules, unfortunately. So I'm just going to tuck. I'm actually going to use the soft succulent because I think they'll stand out better, which I know is a bit odd, bearing in mind they're paler, but I just think, given how much Evening Evergreen we've got going on there. Oop. There we go. So, card numero 2. Or whatever, that's corrupting languages. So there we are, that's this card. Now, something sort of simple but then stepped up is what I'm going to go for next. If I can find my stamp cleaner. There we go. Thank you. So this next one I haven't prepped. So it is relatively simple but does involve some die cutting. So let's just clean the stamps off. Thank you, Deborah. Oh, that, Inika, that wasn't your fault. That was my fault for getting the wrong day. Thank you, Sherry. Oh no, Shaz. I had to say I waited until this morning but then I wasn't getting any retired stuff. Drop in blood pressure. Dare I say, Kay, just as well you didn't need to go to A&E given the queues there at the moment. Thank you, Inika. So, right. Ooh, I think I've just... Yes. Have I? Ooh, you're back. You're gone. No, I got away with it. Didn't clean my Joyeux Noël. Right. Okay. Let's pop some of those back on the sheet while I get some more out. I have no idea where they go. I need to put them on this in the stamp case, really, don't I? Let's start with big ones. Always best to start with big ones. I think that goes there. Well, if it doesn't, it does now. Come on. Up you come. Up you come. Thank you. I hope I'm not the only one that talks to their stamps. No idea where that one goes, because we've got another big one to go. I will sort this mess out later. I'm going to be taking some more stamps off, so it's fine, because I'm going to use the actual baubles. And I might also use can't decide. I think I might use those as well. Used to be indecisive and all that. Right, okay, it's card front time. We're going to go this way. I am going to cut it down, of course. Sorry, all bits went, Pam. I might have cut that card wrong. So let's take another 1/8 off. I was trying to take an 1/8 off and took off a 1/4. It's fine, we'll take off a 1/4 on both sides. Right, okay. Yeah, it was fairly frenetic, I think, last night. I had someone placed an order at 11 something, because in the UK, because we go by European times, because Germany is the main office in Europe, because of that, everything starts at 11 o'clock in the UK. So... Actually, I'm going to do this the other way around. So, yes, someone managed to place an order at 11 something, and someone else managed to place an order at 9 o'clock and got everything she wanted. She was after the splendid, can't remember what it's called, thingy Splendor Suite. Right, I'm going real red. Yeah, for some reason, and I don't know why, there have been, some people have had no problems at all, and I include myself in that. Done it again, haven't I? I include myself in that. But then I was pre-ordering not buying clearance rack stuff. My brain is not here today. I'm so sorry. So yeah, whether that, although some people had problems with the pre-order as well. Oh, I just realised I was going to die cut these. Never mind. I haven't. It really will be a simple stamping card. Didn't prep that stamp either. Hey ho. Right. And these I'm going to stamp off quite a lot. And I've got some lovely red stained stamps now, which is fine. Should we have Joyeux Noël again? Why not? I know what that means. It's the only reason I'm using it. Let's see if I can get it straight. Gosh, it almost is straight. Wonders will never cease. Okay, so yes, I was going to die cut those out, not going to bother. I'm going to clean my stamps though. Because if you clean your stamps reasonably quickly, and I know I say this all the time, if they've got red on, they stain less if you clean them quickly. They will still stain, and it's clean dirt, not dirty dirt. I'm going to have used almost every single stamp other than the other language things that I don't understand. How odd. Now, there is, sorry, how odd, Pam. There is a theory that you're less likely to be booted off if you're on your phone. I don't necessarily go with this theory, but that's what I've heard some people say. How on earth do these all fit? What an amazingly large set of stamps. I'm just going to wham them in the thing. So yes, I'm not necessarily saying that I know this as a fact, but I have heard some people say it. I ordered my catalogues with my phone, but I did my main pre-order with. Ooh, why not? I did my main pre-order with my laptop, and it was fine. And I kept changing my mind as to what was going to go on rewards and what was not going to go on rewards. I'm going to gut it. Please don't stress. I am going to gut it. If I can get my trimmer out. Now, I like to cut my glimmer paper and my foil the wrong way up. For the foil, it means you're less likely to scratch the front of your foil, and for glimmer paper, you're less likely to dull your blade. Don't know why, but apparently it's a thing. So I'm going to leave a 3/4 inch, roughly, border. And I'm just doing it by eye. I will have to clip some bits. There we go. You were on an iPad. Yeah. Apple's a fruit, Pam. Don't understand apples. Because they are a fruit. So that's going to go like that. I'm going to need another piece of... Ooh, is that full width? Because if it is, I can use that. It is full width. Excellent. What was I saying? Yes, apple is a fruit. So I don't know. We don't know whether a pad is the same as a phone. Inika always uses her computer. Shaz got the farm bundle for pre-order. Nice. Oh, perfect. Did you get the paper from Celebration to go with it? Shaz. Sorry, I know who I'm talking to. Oh, that's a shame, Kay. Ah, now, Kay. Were you looking at the list of things that weren't available, or were you looking at the webs? Because there was a list published yesterday, day before yesterday, of things that they said were not going to be available, but that might come into stock later on. And a lot of them did. So I'm using Seal Plus to stick my card to my Glimmer. Most of the bundles ended up being available, even though originally they weren't expecting them to. I think the B bundle is now available. It was on the list of things that were going to be late, but I think if you try and put that number into an order, I think you'll find that you can have it. Because I went through my catalogue yesterday to mark up what wasn't available, and I know the bees were one of them. But this morning, when I looked at the inventory status report, which is where they are now going to be having the what's available and what's not list, the bee was not mentioned. So do have a look. The bees are lovely, by the way. You got the farm DSP? Good. I didn't see the bees being not available on the inventory status report. They were on the spreadsheet, but not on the status report. And one of the things that I had wanted was the whole Rain and Shine suite. And yesterday it wouldn't have been possible, but today it was. So I would double check. I mean, it completely threw my order because I then chosen other things instead, but then I remembered I had product credit, so that was fine. So I have already turned what is otherwise a simple stamping card into a knot by adding glimmer paper, but otherwise this would be a simple stamping card. Yeah, do have another look, because particularly if you haven't put in a pre-order because that was what you wanted. I mean, if you've put in an order for something else instead and that blew your budget, then obviously, you know. But I would just double check, have a look at the status. Well, actually, just put the number in and see what happens. But there was that, and oh, don't even start on it, Inika. I had a conversation. So Inika's asking what one does with all the multiples. So far, I don't have too many multiples. I had a long conversation with one of the guys from head office when we were in Vienna to say, please, why, please, and he was under the impression that there was now the option to not take the additional items or the duplicate items. When I did my product premiere purchase, where we were allowed to use, we could have some celebration items, there was not the option to refuse the celebration items, so I let him know, and he did say he was going to check. I am going to, there should be more of those. I'm going to triple check with him, because are there any in the dies? They may be left in the dies. Nope. I die cut all of the stars and there aren't all of the stars left. But yes. Don't knock Apple, please. Why not, Barbara? I don't like Apple. I know some people do like apple. I, on the other hand, don't. It's a fruit. You see, I should have some small stars. Where have they gone? Don't know. Oh, they're stuck to my glue pot. Static. Right, because I want, let's see, I want a medium-sized star at the top of each of my little baubles. Now, if you do these in foil, or indeed anything that isn't glimmer paper, you will see that there's almost like embossing on the stars, which is pretty cute. The same size, more or less. Bee bundle is available. Yay! Your apple is your lifeline. Yeah. I'm sure it works for people, but I'm sorry, don't like Apple. We will have to beg to differ on that one. I used to have an iPhone, then I went over to an Android phone and loved it. And then when I went back to do some part-time work, I was given an iPhone and it was horrible. Absolutely horrible. I despise it. Sorry. Apple is a fruit. So I'm just popping some blobs of glue. No rhyme nor reason. To add. And I get that it's people's lifelines. I would suggest that if you had an Android tablet, that would be as well. But we will beg to differ. But Shaz, that's in the US, right? No, Shaz is in the UK. Shaz can't bear apple either. Thank you, I've got someone on my side. It's all to do with what you get used to, frankly. And it's become a bit of a thing in my head that various of my friends will know that the moment they say apple, they know I'm going to say it's a fruit. 'Cause it is. And I am lost without my IT. My IT just happens to not be Apple. Right, so lots of stars. Apple is a fruit, which is which I only like when I can smell the apples. Oh, I've definitely started something here, haven't I? I think we will all agree that every form of IT has its pros and cons. For me, apple is a fruit. And I will never go back. Even when I see people drop apple dropping photos, I kind of go, seriously? Thank you, Inika. Yes, let's get back on. We're back on the Marmite. We are back on the Marmite. Oh, which reminds me, I must check and see how that's coming along, because I haven't seen an update since they told me that they got my order. So there we are. 3 cards. All really quite simple in their styling. So we started with simple and die cuts, then we did simple and die cuts, and then we did simple and die cuts. It's almost like there was a theme. But it's actually a really cute little stamp set. And I wish I'd used it sooner. When I checked about a quarter of an hour before I went live, it was all still available. So thank you, Deborah. Right, so that's it for today. I'm going to go and warm my hands up. I will take photographs and do all that good stuff. And I will check to see what the heading is, because I will be changing it to replay anyway. Thank you, Kay. Inika happens to like Marmite. And yes. Inika, I think you missed Tuesday. There was a whole Marmite discussion on Tuesday. We even got into the differences between Marmite and Vegemite, and how would you describe Marmite other than it's not like molasses. Thank you, Lorna. Kay likes Marmite too. Oh, Inika, more likes, please. Yes, likes. We like likes. Right, I'm going to flip the camera up and then say goodbye properly, so I can see you. Well, obviously I can't. Pam likes Marmite. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. Thank you, Shaz. Inika's off to bed. Oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Inika. That's not good. Thank you, Sherry. Get yourself nice and warm and cuddly and snuggly, Inika, and yeah, feel better in the morning. What's the situation with SAB and? I don't know what and is. Drop me an email, Barbara, if you've got a problem with Celebration. But I didn't think there was a problem with Celebration. So, right, thank you all very much thank you, Shaz, for watching. And yes, we had another whole Marmite discussion, except this time it was with whether apple is a fruit or not. Absolutely, Kay, yes. All good vibes going to Shaz's daughter. And to you, Kay. Please, please, please look after yourself. We need you fit and well. So, thank you very much indeed. As I say, Barbara, if you've got a problem with Celebration, drop me an email. And I'll try and sort out whatever it is. Because I'm not quite sure what the situation with SAB and is. Oh, and not having to get multiples of the same thing. Barbara, that's what I was talking about. I spoke to someone on stage, and they were going to look into it. So yes, and I will chase that up with the aforementioned gentleman. So thank you very much indeed. I will be recorded on Saturday for Simple Stamping Saturday, then recorded Tuesday for Top Tips, and back again live at 11 o'clock UK time on Tuesday. And if everything goes according to plan, at some point early in the week, because I've paid for expedited shipping for my pre-order, I'll have some pre-order. And I will also be sharing, very soon, I'll be sharing my options for product shares, so keep an eye on that. You either love apple or you hate it. Absolutely. It's a Marmite. Anyway, thank you very much indeed. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Please, I hope you feel better if you're not feeling well at the moment. and look after yourselves, and I will look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Bye for now.